What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the top of the map in the blue color, playing as Hades. His name is Momo. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Thor. His name is Suppe. It's a very, very exciting one for you, ladies and gentlemen. We got the Thor versus Hades matchup. We did see a relatively bonkers Odin versus Hades matchup just recently, but this one plays a little bit differently, a little bit of different advantages for Thor than for Odin, and disadvantages as well. So we'll see how things are going to shape up in this game. We do see the pick sticker immediately coming through here for Suppe. One thing you'll notice that Suppe did early was instead of going straight after the rhinoceros, he goes straight onto this wood line. Now you do have two options here. First option would be to utilize your dwarves to attack the food straight away with the ox cart and then go onto the dwarven gold mine if you want, or alternatively do what Suppe did here and you're completely fine. So the other thing here is that if you can kill your rhinoceros next to this straggler tree, you can save the ox cart as well. And that might be something that Suppe wants to do as he's trying to grab his goat here and send them home. As Momo being a little bit cheeky here. A little bit cheeky trying to steal some goat. And that actually hurts the Thor a lot more than you think, because this point in the game is as much scouting as he can get done. He needs to find his second hunt at this point. And if we take a look over here, there's not really a whole lot of food. He spots the hunt is actually all in the middle. It's a very, very low hunt savanna here, even though there are two rhinoceros. So while Suppe will get a very, very nice classical age, and so too should Momo, in the classical age, it's going to be a little bit tough here. So we'll see how things are going to go. If we take a look at Momo, see what his economy is looking like. 2 villages wood, 2 villages gold, house coming up. Very, very fast advance times are possible if you've got 900 food in your base. Now the rhino does make it a little bit harder because you have to shoot it, you have to kill the rhino, but it's because it's got 180 HP, it's a little bit more than, say, a giraffe, but it's still possible to get yourself the 4-minute advance times and make that work. So we'll see if that's what Momo's going to do or not, or if he's just going to go for the standard 430. Oop, looks like he's taking... I kind of like that. Because the gold mine is nice and close here, Momo's like, I need to get just a little bit more food to get that clean advance time. I can chuck the temple down, no problems here, and I can just get the gold a little bit later. I really like that, though there is a weakness to this, in that you do need a little bit more gold from those 2 villages going into the classical age for your Jason or your Ajax in this circumstance, plus your hoplites and Toxotis and all the other good stuff that comes with that. So, I mean, we'll see how it's all going to go for Momo, but he's getting this temple thrown up very, very fast. Feels like it was just slightly delayed. This is the last villager he's going to produce, and he is going to be advancing here. So slightly delayed. I'm not sure exactly why that was, why the temple was so late, but Athena coming through probably went 4 villages food 2-2 instead of 3-2-2, which is the more optimal way to go. As we do see the villagers jumping now over onto the wood line here, onto the goats there, and onto the wood over here. And what is Suppe doing? Suppe advancing relatively late here, to be honest. We see the villagers moving forward onto this hunt here as he wants these villagers to potentially jump onto the wood, trying to make his economic management just that little bit better here, and he can start making himself Herser straight away as he advances through Freya. Now, one thing that I think could be a little bit of an optimization for Norse players is starting your Herser production earlier if you've got the hunt. So for a situation like this, especially like what Suppe's done, where he's gone, I'm just going to throw all my villagers onto wood here, but maybe he's going for a fast second town center or something. But in that situation where you can throw that temple down a little bit earlier and put more villagers onto food like Suppe has done here, you can actually find yourself having some serious advantages. Now, we do see the Ajax coming out, the Chiron coming out, the villagers moving forward now onto this location. Momo, it's not necessarily wrong here, but with this villager on gold instead of on wood, he's not able to throw the military building straight away. Also, he builds the house that little bit too early here. The ordering is actually, if you want to get this second storehouse down, the ordering is Military Academy, Ajax Chiron House. That's the ordering, and then you can throw the archery range up perfectly as well, as this villager does get pushed off. Nice play here from Suppe, and that should be a dead villager with the help of the Chiron moving forward. He's going to try and get nice and close to the gatherer as to make the Chiron not miss. Oh, he's not microed it. Okay, you've got to pick off that gatherer there. One hit, one more. And dead villager. Nice play there by Momo, drawing first blood here as Suppe has to pull all the way back into his main base. He does have a nice defensive position over here. The Ursa are out. The ox cart now going to start getting taken down, as you see the longhouse over here getting picked off, as these Hearse are going to look to try and take this fight right now. As Momo here, he's got himself his military academy, he's got himself his archery range. He's going to start pushing forward with those units. He sees the gold mine in the back. Does Suppe have any protection for this sentry tower? Not just yet, but Suppe does have the units popping out now. So Momo does have to be just a little bit careful here to get his units through, as we see the forest fire getting dropped over here. A house needs to get dropped onto this location, as the Valkyrie is going to be a little bit of a challenging thing to deal with in this map here. These wood lines are very far away from the town center, so the villagers, they can turn around and shank the Valkyrie if they so choose, as the Valkyrie is just going to continue to be annoying in this game, as now Suppe is going to be able to return fire just a little bit here, as the Minotaur is now going to get picked off. Nice play there by Suppe. That really helps the early game there, as the Toxoid is trying to snipe down these Ursa Restoration getting thrown down onto this one. Suppe says, I don't care too much, but he should care, as he loses 2 Ursa and a throwing axeman while this is all going on. One villager has gotten taken out, as the Chiron does get pulled back here to try and deal with that Valkyrie. They both move at exactly the same speed, so that's going to be a little bit of a tough one there. And look at this. This is the problem that Suppe is going to be falling into now. He doesn't have any hunt now on this map. He's got these goats here. He's got these gatherers. He can move over onto this corner hunt over here, but I imagine Momo's scouted that a little bit, so you'll be able to notice that, as Momo's going to grab the zebra in the middle of the map as well. There are baboons over here that he can eat as well if he so chooses, as the Valkyrie has been basically sent back home. It's got 62 HP, not really enough to pick off any real villages or anything. It's just going to have to go back into the army and probably get picked off pretty easily as the game continues. As Suppe is now at 61 population, Momo's at 50 population. So now is the time where I get a little bit wary playing as Greek against Norse. About 7 minutes is roughly when I don't want to be taking fights here, but Momo is playing Hades, so taking fights is generally okay because you get the Hades shades. We are seeing some really, really nice micro here from Momo and Suppe, both players focusing down the correct units here, as those raiding cavalry surround that beautifully. The heroes getting ignored as well. That's really, really important in these fights, to ignore the heroes, because they tank a ton of arrows or a ton of DPS here. As the villagers getting pulled off the line over here, they're going to try and get in onto this fight. Taken over here. We didn't see all too many Hades shades coming through here, as 38 population for Momo to Suppe's 52 population, as Suppe has found himself having a little bit of an advantage here in this game, but he will be running out of food very, very shortly here, as those hoplites do end up getting taken down. Nice play by Suppe. His pressure thus far onto the economy has been a little bit better than Momo's, thus has managed to get the advantage going on. But like I said, even if it's the case that Momo didn't take that early game pressure from the forest fire and that Valkyrie doing some good damage there, you're probably going to find yourself in a difficult position against Norse at 7 minutes. So that's a timing to keep in the back of your head when you're playing as Hades, if you haven't found too much of an advantage going forward. As we do see, look at this cheeky healing going on. Valkyrie is low, but it's still useful. Getting a lot of, basically getting a lot of resources back by doing that. As you see now, Momo throws down a second archery range over here. Going to be returning back onto the battlefield here with his Toxotes. Toxotes are really, really good at shooting from afar. So if you take a look, I don't know if you can see this or not. Yeah, you can see this. So if you take a look, if you put your control groups here, such that you put your archers into a control group like this, and your military units into a control group like this, then you can use your Toxotes on the front of your army and your hoplites on the back of your army, so that you can snipe units much easier. Instead of engaging like this with the hoplites on the front, you engage with the Toxotes on the front, have the hoplites sitting on the Toxotes to defend. And we do kind of see that happening there by Momo as he pulls back, but a nice fight here nonetheless, as the Toxotes are going to be picking off those hoplites very, very quickly. The raiding cavalry trying to get around onto the Toxotes on the back, but it looks like the concave here is just too good for Momo, as those raiding cavalry are getting picked off very, very fast here. The Chiron doing some good damage, 69 population to Suppe's 66 population, as the population lead does give the advantage heavily over onto Momo's perspective, as Suppe has to pull back here. And Suppe is in a tough position. He's throwing farms down. He has to throw farms down. And he's gonna get this gold mine gonna get taken down. Do we see watchtowers coming through for Suppe? Not just yet, as the villagers retreating into the town center, trying to throw more up. And maybe Suppe knows, maybe he doesn't know, but he needs to rotate around here, kill this sentry tower off, put pressure onto this gold mine. Alternatively, he can just wait and make sure he's got line of sight of all the gold mines on the map. There are 2 big gold mines to keep an eye on, and he's got the military buildings on this one. So technically, it makes sense here to me that Suppe is going to have a very, very tough time getting gold in this game. So maybe Suppe's best bet would be to run for this gold mine in the corner of the map here, or something like that. But he is trying to get as many military units out as he possibly can. Going forward here, we see the longhouse gets taken down. Momo throwing up more houses, maybe getting himself his upgrades. Wouldn't go astray, as this Hades Shades moving down to the bottom of the map, going to be securing that gold mine there. As the Toxotes moving forward, going to attempt to snipe a villager. Nice micro there by Suppe. You can't catch Suppe out that easily here. If your name is Momo, as he's attempting to pick off a Toxote or 2 there, or throw an axeman or 2 there, but he does lose at least 1 Toxote underneath the town center there, as the Hades Shade's just going to be sitting over here. Suppe does sneak this in this location there, but Momo spots it. 4 Hades Shades going to go after this location right now, but it's a little bit late, as all the food did get finished off, as now the dwarves making their way up onto this location. Momo here swinging around with his units here. He should be thinking about upgrades. He's getting himself medium archers here, and will he spot the dwarves? He doesn't spot the dwarves going through. Suppe is a master of disguise here, or he's a sneaky, he's a ninja. Basically, he's just a ninja, as the army going to be moving through over, but he's already going to spot the gold mine now. It doesn't matter how lucky Suppe is, he's going to get spotted. Momo knows that this has to be the gold mine that he is on. Does Momo spot it or not? He does spot the red dwarves over there, as the upgraded Toxote is looking mightily scary on this front here, as the hoplites pushing in. You got to be a little bit better with your Toxotes here, as the raiding cavalry coming through. As I say, approach with Toxotes in these fights here. As the hoplites pulling back, we see the Toxotes trying to take out those throwing axemen as best as they can. Momo's at 100 population, or was at 100 population, whereas Suppe not quite at the same. Nice micro from Suppe here, as he's trying to get onto this position as best as he can. Suppe's 70 population here. Momo is at 90 population. More units streaming in on this location. How many does he have? He's got 2 archery ranges, 2 military academies here, as the Toxotes taking everything out here nicely. We'll see if this is going to be game here for Suppe or not. He's got lots of resources in the bank to make himself Valkyrie and make himself those throwing axemen, but it's going to be tough to get them out. He's got 15 villagers on food at this point, all on farms with himself, with pickaxe plow and husbandry, as the villagers do decide time to make a run for it. But Momo spots them moving up onto this location here. And where else can there be gold? Nowhere else. It's all on the bottom side of the map. Momo's going to hunt these down, and that will give Suppe a little bit of time there to get himself out the Valkyries. So if you can get out, say, 5 Valkyries, so he's at 98 favor, so 4 Valkyries and almost 5, because it costs 20 favor. That's going to be huge here. So we'll see if Suppe is going to be able to continue. He can't make any more of these units, but he can make the Valkyries. So 3 times 5, 15, going up to like 90 population here. We can keep these dwarves alive, or at least some of these dwarves alive. Get them home, away from the Momo army. See the army coming around this way. There's no way these guys get through here, as Momo says, no, not today, Sir, not today at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the dwarves are dead now. As really Soup's best bet now is going to be to return fire somewhere as the ox cart's moving forward onto this gold mine. The Valkyrie are starting to get produced here by Soup. He knows he needs them, but is he going to be able to win this next fight? As Momo taking a little bit of a relaxing part in this game, saying, oh, I've won the game, right? Wrong. Picking off a ton of dwarves gives you an advantage. You still need to get everything else done. As Momo, he doesn't have line of sight of this gold mine, so he doesn't realize it's being mined here, but obviously that's where it has to be getting mined. As the archery range going down here as well. Momo's at nearly full population. He's getting his farm set up over here. The archery ranges are almost finished here as the villagers moving around the map looking for something to do. Just attack! Oh, he's waiting on Ajax? No? Momo's confusing me here. He's really giving Soup an opportunity to get full population in this game. And full population Norse does beat full population Greek in the classical age. There's no doubt about that. But maybe Momo just feels like he's got the advantage. He's got enough of an advantage here. Throw down his military buildings, sit back, go next age. Completely fine. Maybe grab a second town center or something. So this random Toxodia over here by Momo might want to deal with that one there. As Momo now going to approach this one. Gives Soup all of the freedom there to get himself back up to population. He's at full population now. He's got himself a handful of Valkyries. And maybe, just maybe, Momo might not be able to win this fight. And this is the problem here. Look at this. Throwing Axeman sniping hoplites should not happen there at all. Not only that, but Hades' hoplites are very, very slow. I think they only move at 4.0 speed, right? No, 4.2 speed. So they move at the same speed as Toxotes. But now we see the units coming over here. Spot the gold mine. There's over 1,000 gold coming through there. So Momo's going to be kicking himself here for allowing that, as Momo realizes he's got to retreat back. The win condition for Momo now might be getting to the heroic age. He does decide to turn in here, take this fight. Maybe box formation there could have been a way to position his hoplites perfectly there, but not going for it. Going to be trying to snipe these guys off. The Chiron now trying to take out the Valkyrie. Takes a long time for him to actually pick that one off as the medium upgrades come through for Soup, as he's actually going to be able to clean up the Toxotes army here incredibly easily, as Momo's sitting at 100 population here. There is going to be Hades Shades coming through. There are reinforcements coming in for both players, as Soup here is still sitting very nicely, as this game has turned completely on its head. Momo gets himself a second town center here, as he's going to need to throw a ton of farms around that one. He's going to need to get all of his population back up. These Hades Shades he needs to keep alive as well, as he's pulling back here, trying to pump out all of the units at this point. How are the economic upgrades looking? He's got himself Pickaxe. Might want to consider getting himself Shaft Mine here as well, as he's also getting himself the unique Hades upgrade, Vault of Erebus, which does give a little trickle of gold. And we'll see how Soup is going to now react. He's had a little bit of a win there on the army fight, but he is behind on economy. Though that being said, he is Norse, and Norse does have a stronger economy than Greek, so maybe it's kind of just equal in a way. But 2 town centers for Momo is going to be huge here. Do we see that upgrade coming through? Surprised to see no Shaft Mine. Yeah, Shaft Mine's not the best for Greek, but it's still pretty good. Just grab these Toxotes, position them here, attack the Thor and Axeman, leave the hoplites close. But Momo taking some big pains right now, as Soup's able to get to the next stage. How about that? The game is never over when you're playing against Husk Soup. This guy is an absolute madman. As Momo here sitting back, we see these villagers about to get raided, and he's getting raided on multiple different positions over here. Momo not reacting onto this location just yet. 1 villager down, 2 villagers about to go down, as the army moving over here. The villagers over here have fallen, and this is where Soup gets into his element. The multi-raids start coming in, and Momo here has given Soup too much room to breathe in this game. The military academy getting taken down over here. The archery range is trying to come up here. The gold villagers on this position going to get pushed off of for the time being at this point. And not only that, there's going to be a frost coming through, which is going to be able to prevent not only the army from moving, but the villagers from working here. So that's going to be absolutely huge, as Soup might also be able to grab himself a second town center, or even just go straight to the mythic age here, as another option. He's got plenty of... Oh, he's going Bragi. He's going Bragi. What is this troll from Soup? Bragi is never the option here in this matchup. We'll see if it works. I mean, he's going to have to try and crack the town center here. With less population, no frost giants, Momo might be able to get to Aphrodite here as well. He's just throwing down more military buildings to keep on getting destroyed, but he's completely fine where that's concerned. Getting some favor out of that temple, maybe for some minotaurs or something like that, as Bragi does hit on this position here. And Soup tries to break through here. Let's see what he's got. He goes for the flaming weapons. Is he getting any upgrades? Making more and more units here. The units getting pushed back over on this position. The flaming weapons raiding cavalry looking for something here as the wall going to get broken down. We see Battle Ball getting trained here immediately as Soup feels like he's playing Loki here in this game. Breaks the gate down. Momo, on the other hand, sitting back here. He's just going to wait out this flaming weapons. It's got 38 seconds remaining. Do we see Masons coming through? No Masons just yet, as the town center here is now going to start getting ripped down. The Battle Ball are in. We see some Valkyrie raiding cavalry coming on to try and take out those villages over here. Where did Soup send those raiders? Nowhere just yet. I would have liked to see him maybe attacking the wood line again over here while this is all happening. As those throwing axemen, they get themselves 9.9 damage, so now they're actually better than the Toxotes, in all honesty. As the Valkyrie still pushing it onto this position. More units piling through here. Soup's got plenty of resources in the bank right now. He's not spending them, though. I would love to have seen a market get thrown down, selling wood for gold, getting armory upgrades as he's trying to crack this location. But it's Hades. Hades survives here most of the time, as Momo now, he's got his town center up. He's defended the flaming weapons push, and Soup has to retreat back here as Momo was held. Momo's held. He's lost very few villages, to be honest. There are Battle Ball coming in, but it's not going to be the same feeling as the Loki Battle Ball, because Loki would normally get some myth unit spawns there as well here. And game continuing along, and really all Momo needs is gets his Ajax out, get next age. There is a world where the Battle Ball overwhelm here, but I reckon Soup's got a problem here. Soup's problem is he doesn't have the gold income. No market. Get a market up. There was a thing here that Soup could have actually chucked a market and started a trade route here as well. He's got in his town centers. If he went Scardy, life could have been much better. So you see the Chiron popping out here as well, and there's Aphrodite queued up for Momo. As it might look like Soup is in front right now, but a lot of that, I'm not actually sure what that is in, because chuck a market up and go for Ragnarok? Sell. He's going for a town center? What is he doing? What are you doing, Soup? What's the plan? What's the plan, Stan?
Skip on?
So now the army for Momo is more than happy to start pushing out and trying to pick off Soup's gold over here. Oh, taking a little bit of a retreat, a little bit scared of this positioning here. Bouncing onto this corner. The Battle Ball are actually helping just a little bit as the Ulfsark moving back in onto this position here. The Ajax needs to go straight after those Battle Ball. He does a good amount of damage to them, but the Chiron's not here just yet. Plenty of military buildings to produce on this position. As Soup here, he's gotten his market up. He is starting the trade route immediately. He can sell this wood, go Mythic Age through Balder here. And there is a world where Ragnarok here does win the game, because all the gold mines are forward, right? This gold mine is just about to be expired. And by the time he advances to the next age, it will be expired. So, or Soup advances to the next stage, he will be able to get to that Mythic Age. But Soup is allowing his villagers to just get picked off here while he's grabbing a town center over here. The market starting up. Soup might be thinking late game, maybe go through tier here or something like that. Selling this wood for gold is maybe Soup isn't aware that it's something you can do. Thank you for the Prime, Tom Wait CSGO. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for coming in and saying good day. And for your support. But Soup here. Wait, is he AFK? Is he AFK? He's got all these resources, but he's not spending them. And Momo is just kind of freely moving around the map right now. He's going after these villages over here. This town center is just about up. We see the ox caravans are going to get taken down as well. As the Toxotes move in onto this position here. And those villages are getting taken down very, very quickly. Soup does notice he's pulling off the army coming on this position as well. Might be able to get a bit of a pathing block to allow those Toxotes to get even more kills. But that's so much damage done here. As the army of Momo still pushing in. And Momo might even be able to get to the Mythic Age. And he does get to the Mythic Age first. And Soup decides in that moment to tap out. GG, well played by Momo. But you have to ask the question, what happened here with Soup? He just completely switched off. I mean, he picked Bragi, which was the first mistake, but he's got all these resources in the bank. The play here was 100% market, sell that wood that he had, go Mythic Age. He could go on Tier, he could have gone Balder, go for a gold starve on these outer gold mines. But he didn't go for it. And Momo managed to win. But then again, Momo technically had this game won, but he just allowed Soup back into the game by not fighting here early enough, allowing 1,000 gold to get grabbed on this gold line. It's just that you can't do that against Norse when you have all of the advantage. But a well-played game here by Momo. I love the early pressure here from Hades. I think you have to do this if you've got the map to do it. And if you do it, you find advantages, you find success. And if you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next game.